What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy November 14th, the afternoon or evening if you are out east of November 14th. Thank you for watching Sports for Review. This is Betting with the Bag. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. I have to run through NHL and NBA as fast as possible. I've made some moves. We are running hot right now, and I've made some moves. Maxey coming off a giant day himself. I am 12-2 over the last 2 days, up 10.48 units across all sports. Max comes on last night, goes 20-9, up 10.67 units, and it feels good. It feels good. But we are a team here to defeat the juice. We work together. And last Thursday morning, when I wasn't here in the morning, I had a bad day, and I've already locked in my action, and it's with just solely my own capping. And I am a little concerned. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. DX Filer, Jonathan Succi, Mississippi Kid, Alex Ramirez, Barry McCackner, DX Filer, I've already said, Vinny Cornell, Scotty Wap, Lanil Land, Omar J. Legend, Joe Yurkovich, Scotty Wap talking about NFL. I'm down $550 on the month. I lost over 500 at the Breeders. I'm down $1,300 this month in NFL. I lost, that's just with NFL. That's not even with NFL props. Throw another 400 on that. I've made almost all of it back in NHL and NBA. Yeah, I'd like to take the Steelers here. Am I going to? It's a Thursday night game, and why wouldn't I keep the adage of home team or no team right now when I'm not seeing things clearly in NFL? So I'm not making a bet on NFL. I need to focus on what I'm doing right and what's winning. And I'm not making a move. Joe Yurkovich announced, Omar J. Legend, Jeff Billings, 0-2 in hockey, 5-0 in NBA, 1-1 college basketball. Great job. I went 5-0 yesterday. 5-0. Felt real good. Geghard A, no request. There's Fat Fist in the house. Fat Fist has a play of the day. UFC video will be playing on tomorrow's Late Show. Big E, Ron Lofton, Guru Sports Bets, Jerry Beatty, Walla Walla Dose, the Boston 89. Dan Kelly says Heat Cavs tip off at 6 p.m. Wow, of course. Yeah, wow, I didn't even notice that. I'm off that game, but I will get to it before the 26 minutes. Fat Fist, 7-1 for Max's plays. So you know how Max tweets out his plays, and those are official plays. So we went over all of those. And then Max added on 9 plays, all the Western slate of college basketball games. He went 8-1 on those plays, and the best bet cashed. Feels good. Lamont Williams, Carlos Perot, Guillermo Zertucci, Robbie Tagaloa, the Samoan Thunder. JF in the house. JF says that Philly under last night was so sexy I wanted to bang it. Oh, it was so sexy. It was so incredibly sexy that I took the over 5.5 today in the Coyotes Wild game at a plus price. But everybody thinking the over, we banged that game out perfectly. When they're like, oh, the Flyers defense sucks. It's an Alain Vigneault coach team. Why is Drew not scoring any points? It's because he has to be accountable defensively. Yeah, JF, you put it perfectly. That under was so sexy I wanted to bang it. I love that shit, JF. 6.5 juice to the over, 1-1 after regulation. Love it. Shadow in the house, being on a decent run. Love it. Sweaty Butcher, I'll get you next week. Keith Sadler, Deer Slayer Ski, Canas Cat, Astute Chaos, 2 plays per day. AM, my guy, AM. So hope we all catch that 30 Iceland draw. Oh man, the amount of the AM Titty barbecue sauce play of the day might have the best ROI of any of them. Of any of the play of the days that we've had over the 2 years, because he's cashing these plus numbers nonstop. Thank you for your hard work. There's Michael B. says, good day from down under. Good day. Thank you for joining. Paul Taylor, the sailor in the house. There's Dre for Trey. Riku Rogues house. Okay, we got a ton of work to do. Good as gold. Nate the Great. Jesse Nemeth. Major Tom. Sean Mundy. Tata Booker. Man, I love Tata Booker. Tata Booker, Lucky Lefty. The best couple in handicapping. Jerry Beatty, Joey Vang. Sean Hyder. Al Hard says, turn up the mic. Really? Turn up the mic. We're good, right? They say my mic's a little low, maybe. Okay. Viper MB. Melee Payless Way. Canadian Capper. Okay. And I'm getting a more turn up your mic. No? We're good? All right. I'll let my guy Rafa handle this. Okay. Let's get to work right now. We've got to be fast. We've got to be very, very fast. So the games I'm not doing too much on. And we've already, you'll get it. I'm not going to break down Buffalo, Kent State, North Carolina, Pittsburgh. We know that Teddy was on North Carolina from earlier in the week. The markets move towards them. All their games are within a field goal. I could understand if you do that, but I need to focus on what is fixing my month after I opened up with that horrifying weekend. with losing 500 on the Breeders and losing over $1,000 on NFL, and I'm fixing it. Okay, Mike is good. There's Jay, the sports keg in the house. Okay, Prince of the City said it's fine. Okay, let's get to work right now. NHL. All right, Hurricanes, Sabres. This total opened. Let me make sure that I'm on opening line from. I bet you this is a 5 dimes opening line. It is. Opening line at 5 dimes opened it at over 6 and minus 125. And that opening line made so much sense to me. In fact, if I was putting the opening line up, I probably would have put it there. Pinnacle did their opening line over 6 and minus 118. Regardless, money started coming in on the under. And why? Why are the Sabres going to play strong defensively coming back from Europe? They got some practice in, but, they might still be jet lagged. Why were they going to play? There's my guy, Arthur Meade, now St. Louis Elite. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, I love that story, Joey. I love that story, Joey Vang. Oh, Tata Booker's at the casino right now. I need some good ones. Well, Tata, I prefer working with you guys, but in NHL, I always come in with my action. So there's Matt Randall, 6-0 yesterday. Tane is fire. I love Matt Randall. Okay. The hockey messed my tickets up. Tata, how? We were only on the under, that plus money under yesterday. Okay. Lillian Pumpernickel. So, okay, I don't see how, after the Hurricanes explode for 8 goals, start feeling good about themselves, they're not going to be able to score on Carter Hutton, whom I don't think is an elite goaltender, regardless of his .921 save percentage. Peter Mrazek, he makes all his money at home. He doesn't play very well on the road. Hurricanes are opening up a 3-game road trip. They're feeling good about themselves. The Sabres are coming back from Stockholm. Are they going to play tight defensively? I'm with Ronnie Christie. I don't get it. I don't get why the market was moving to the under, and I'm sure that it's, we know that when you put together, and we've talked about it, we have so many different cappers who cap games differently. And with me, I don't need to, I look at this from a psychological situation. Hurricanes just score 8 goals, feel good about themselves. Their offense finally gets on track. Now they go into Buffalo and go up against Carter Hutton and the Sabres defense that is okay offensively with Dahlen and Risto Alainen, but not strong defensively. I think there's going to be goals. I'm on the over 6 at minus 103. That was available at Bet Online. All right, Rangers, Lightning. The Rangers are playing good hockey. And I'm not going to sit here. And the reason why, can you put up the NHL record quickly, Radford? The reason why we're finding success is because we're not taking road favorites and we're not taking giant home favorites. We're staying away from those spots. Even my puck lines, like I'm on a puck line tonight on the Panthers. I'm like, wow, that's the first time in a long time that I've been on a big favorite, and it's just a minus 160 favorite. Gonzalo, my guy said, did again last night. Couldn't get Atlanta plus money line, but cashed Capitals 576.5 and Teddy's Raptors pick. Great job. Not applicable says Rangers money line. At this point, why wouldn't you take it? Lightning coming back from Stockholm as well. Tampa Bay 6-1-1 last 8 meetings against the Rangers. They just beat them 4-1 easily. They just had a real nice bonding trip in Europe when they beat the Sabres back-to-back games. Lightning are now going to play 16 of their next 22 games on home ice. The Lightning could go on a 10-game winning streak. But where's the value? I don't see where the value. Mele plays Payless way like in the Canes Sabres first period over. I like that a lot. So with that being said, I think if the Lightning go on a 10-game winning streak, they're going to have to beat some really good teams for us to have any value taking them. So I don't know what to do. The Rangers are feeling good about themselves. They're 6-2-1 over their last 9. They get Capo Caco. Picks up 2 goals, picks up the winner in overtime. They're doing this all without Zibanejad. Artemi Panarin is playing good hockey. All that said and done, I'm off this game. I don't want to be on it. But I'll tell you what I do want to be on, the Florida Panthers. So they're starting a 4-game homestand. And I know I don't usually like backing teams on the first game of a homestand, but the way I see it, absolutely, Arthur Meade, absolutely. But try to save the questions just for a bit because I really got to go fast here and I don't want to be copying and pasting, but I will copy and paste that very quickly. But if you guys could hold off on the college basketball questions and then fire them at me when I'm just dealing with Max, Max is going to be here in about 15 minutes. At longest, they'll be here in 19 minutes. Okay, so the Jets are not as good as their 10-8-1 record. Paul Maurice has done a great job coaching. Connor Hellebuck is playing so well. I see them going into Florida, and I know Bobrovsky's been back in goal and he's been terrible. I see them showing that they're not that good. They also have a 5-3-0 record. Oh, look at that. AM Barbecue Sauce City play of the day. Mantha over a half goal. Ooh, I like that's exciting, man. That's exciting. So saying that, I think this is a perfect spot for the Panthers, even though I'd like them to back them on their second or third game of the homestand. But to me, Kenneth Heath, we're going to get there so fast. To me, I love this spot. I'm on the Panthers -1.5 and +155. I love that we have the small sample size with the Jets. 10-8-1, 5-3-0 on the road, playing good hockey. What have they done lately? They're better on the road than they're at home. They played well. They're dealing with injuries. Ronnie Christian says too much value on the Jets in my eyes. I'm gonna give a final score here. Panthers 5, Winnipeg 1. The Jets' injuries are now going to affect them. It's one thing when you're not playing well, you come home, you move Wheeler to the second line center. Marie says all the right things. You step up at home. Now you're going to go down to Florida, who just put 4 goals in the third period against the Boston Bruins and could be a major player moving forward. That's my prediction, 5-1 Panthers. All right, I'm on the -1.5 and +155. Coyotes Wild. So if you guys want to back the Coyotes, go ahead and do that. Again, we're succeeding in NHL right now because we are not taking road favorites. And they're barely a road favorite. They're not even a road favorite. Sorry, it's a -112. It's a -112, Wild. Okay, let me go to... this is how I see this game. They just played in a 4-3 Minnesota Wild win recently. Sorry, let me get to totals here. The Coyotes could be in a letdown spot, possibly. They're the first team ever in history to defeat the last 2 Stanley Cup champions in back-to-back nights. There's been 69 opportunities for a team to do it. No one's ever won both games. They've done it. Is this going to be a letdown spot against the Wild? Very, very likely. But the way I see this is this Coyotes offense is going to keep rolling. They're playing great. They're playing great. They're getting production from guys like Connor Garland and Nick Schmaltz. I think that the Coyotes can start out early. I think the Coyotes can get goals. I think Minnesota is going to have to score goals to be in this game. I am looking at a +122 on the over 5.5, and I took it. I think this is a nice spot. Shaft says a lot of people on the Jets tonight. I love it. I love this stuff, Shaft, this early in the year. They see 5-3-0 on the road. They see a good a home trip. They're playing well with all the injuries. Panthers smacked them in the mouth tonight. Panthers smacked them in the mouth tonight. Okay, so I'm on the over 5.5 at +122. I don't care that. Look, I've said it all along. Remember the time, we're going to look back and smile at the times the Wild gave us 6s. But this is a spot where I think the Coyotes are going to score. Are they going to be as tight defensively? They feel good about themselves. Zuccarello and the Wild are going to have to score. I'm getting a plus line to go over 5.5, and I'm going to smash it. Oh, there's Matt Randall's action. I got to copy and paste it. My guy, Matt Randall in the house. Copy and paste that right now. And Ronnie Chris says Wild. So this is the same sort of a breakdown, even though I liked my breakdown better with the Flyers Capitals last time. But this is the same sort of breakdown where I see this Coyotes offense ticking. Dubnyk has not had a good year. The Wild are going to have to score to stay in this. I'm on the over 5.5. All right, let's move on. Avalanche Oilers. I'm never going to take the Oilers. I don't want to ever take them all year. I think we're going to get a ton of value fading them. Yes, Jansen. So far I am on. Oh, no, I guess I've only given total so far. Oh, no, Panthers -1.5 at +155. So Avalanche Oilers. I'm never going to take the Oilers all year. But I want to hammer them. I want to take them against teams that I believe in, and I don't believe in this Avalanche team right now with all the injuries they have. So with that being said, McKinnon's playing great. The Avs have won 3 straight after losing 5 straight. I want nothing to do with this game. Jeff, I like it. I'm on the Sharks with you. So I'm off. Do we know, is Adam Werner going to be back in goal? Do we know who's in goal for this game? It doesn't matter to me. I'm off. Ulysses Hayes says rookie goaltender in net. Draisaitl's playing well. Oh, Brody hospitalized. Okay, Robbie Tegel will have to look into that. Oilers have lost 3 of their last 5. Ronnie Christie says, good spot for the Oilers? Probably, but I'm never going to take them all year. I want to fade them as much as possible. Okay, let's move on to Stars Canucks. Khudobin in net. Stars feel good about themselves. 8-1-1 their past 10. They're still not getting scoring from the guys that they need scoring from. With that being said, I think the Canucks are a team that I don't want to back either. And I really want to fade them on the road, but I'm a little scared of them at home. This is an easy stay-off game for me. This under 5.5 is just being hammered. And this Canucks power play is ticking, but the Stars have a pretty good penalty killing. Lillian Pumpernickel says, how do you feel about Hurricanes money line or -1.5? If I was given a free play, I'd be on the side of the Hurricanes. But remember, this is so key that we succeed in NHL and in NBA, but in NHL by not taking road favorites. And I think that we got to keep that straight. Okay, we've got to keep moving quickly. Stars, Canucks, I'm off it. I do have some interest in the over. I guess I have some legitimate interest in this over. So juiced to the under here. Stars have been playing all these low-scoring games. There's Cuban Connect in the house. Anthony Chalmers. I have some interest in this over. +120, +124. There's a +125 at Heritage. I'm on the over tonight. Over 5.5 in Canucks Stars. This is my first addition on this card. Over 5.5. I'm getting a +125 at Heritage. Over 5.5 at +125 at Heritage. Got to put a couple extra asterisks to remember to bet that after the show. Okay, then I'm on the Sharks -1. I got that at +154. That was a -112 at Heritage and a +227 at Heritage on the puck line. Sharks are rolling. In fact, I would like to have a futures bet on them to win the division very soon. I'd like to do that tonight even, before these games start. So I got to remember that as well. So let me just move that here. Sharks. I was hoping to have done that already today. Sharks future. Just for the division. I think there's a ton of... It was a great call by Jeff Billings to jump on this. The Sharks are rolling. And the Ducks are a bad hockey team that I expected to lose. And I expect them to continue to lose. All right, quick. We got to move quick. Type as fast as you can. On the table? Really? All right. Okay. So I'm on the Sharks -1. The Ducks are just bad. They're coming off a 4-3 overtime loss to the Red Wings. I just don't trust the Ducks, and I think the Sharks go on a roll here. I took them on the -1 line, and I want to jump with Jeff on that play. Ewop's on the Sharks money line. Okay, so that's what's up. I've added... Oh, and then Detroit, LA, I don't want anything to do with... I think the Kings can be okay. I think the Kings telling Kovalchuk that you're not going to play for us anymore is a good thing to do to the dressing room. The Red Wings feel good about themselves, but I don't believe in them. And let's just see what you get money line right now. Shadow on Detroit money line. I just don't want to mess with these teams, these kind of bad teams. I would like to take the Red Wings when they're big dogs, not when they're small dogs. So there we go. I added in the over 5.5 in Stars Canucks. And one thing that's worked for us is when defensive teams are on the second half of a back-to-back, they don't play as tight defensively. All right, so I've added one play. So let's just quickly go over. I'm on the over 6 -103 Hurricanes Sabres going against the market move there. I'm on the Panthers -1.5 at +155. I predict the final score of 5-1 Florida. I'm on the 2 5.5s that are heavily juiced to the under. I'm on the over. I'm on the over 5.5 in Coyotes Wild, and I'm on the over 5.5 in Canucks Dallas. And I'm very happy I talked it out because I think that's a good bet. I'm on the Sharks -1. I'd like to add in the Sharks future before the game start. Let's go into NBA right away, and let's put it now. I'm a little scared. NBA always scares me, and I've hit 6 straight. I believe I was 14-10. Now I'm 20-10. And I have 4 bets here, and I've been keeping my quantity of bets small, so I'm a little scared here. Fat Fist says, what about the Wild over 2.5 -130? No, Fat Fist, we don't want -130 lines. We don't want them. You're going to have to hit a much higher percentage than is expected. Stay away from them. And I've let go of team totals. I'm focusing on what's going right now. No, to get the Wild... Wild need to score 3 goals. I think the Coyotes are going to provide the offense here. So the Coyotes team total over. Look, we're looking for plus lines, right? So I don't know. And Not Applicable says tempted to put San Jose shit to bed. You did that a lot last year. Oh, there's Robbie Tagaloa's college play. Ulysses Hayes saying I like Anaheim in that spot. I think the Sharks go on a real run here. Basketball record, Rafa, could you pop it up? It's gorgeous. But I've only made 30 bets, and I have 4 on tonight's card, and I'm a little uncomfortable. Let's start with Heat Cavs. I got no play here. Cavs are playing great basketball with this new coach. Well, Bayline, old coach. They like being on the floor together. Jordan Clarkson just goes for a season high 20. Tristan Thompson playing well. Kevin Love playing well. And the Heat are playing great. Do I want to get in the way of the Heat? No, not at all. Let's go do spreads and totals here at sportsbookreview.com. SBR odds play. Sweaty Butcher says 58% on the Miami Cleveland over, 73% of the money on the under. Interesting. This total opened up at 216. It's now at 215.5 to 214.5. The Heat are 4.5 point favorites on the road. I do not want to have road favors. Riku Roxas says stay away from Heat Cavs game. I agree completely. Butler playing so well. 13 assists last game. 0 turnovers, 11 of his 20 in the fourth quarter. He's playing very well. Eric Nisbet on Cleveland and the under. I'm off this spot. Heat, Cavs, off. Okay, now Clippers, Pelicans, moving parts all over the place here. Brandon Ingram going to be a game-time decision. J.J. Redick in the starting lineup, so you think there's going to be more offense. Then you have a situation where there's no Beverly or Leonard in for the Clippers. Paul George coming back. There's just... What do I want? How am I supposed to make a real educated angle bet when there's all these moving parts that make me uncomfortable? I'm off that. Now let's move on. Bulls. I'm on the Bulls full game. I bet it. I didn't make it an official play on the show, so I'm going to take these as official plays right now. I'm on the Bulls full game here. I know Kobe White went off last game. It was all fun to watch, all fun and good. So I'm getting a plus 12. There's 2 plus 12s. One at Bovada at minus 110. One at Pinnacle minus 111. Full game plus 12 and minus 110. I just feel like taking Brogdon and Middleton out of the lineup, they're just not going to get scoring when they need to. And if I'm breaking it, is Sterling Brown going to come in and do something for these Bucks? I know the Bucks can be a juggernaut at home, but is this a spot where they do it? Bulls feel good about themselves. Kobe White just gets out of a 3 for 26 slump from long range, putting up 7 in that final quarter. I just feel like the Bucks aren't going to get the type of scoring they're going to want. And I'm going to take the plus 12 here on the Bulls. I'm going to back the Bulls plus 12. We'll see how it bangs out. Rico Roxas says Bucks smash. Without Middleton and Brogdon, do they? I just think it's too many points. Mavericks, Knicks. I don't want anything to do with this. I stayed off this first spot when the Knicks beat the Mavericks. The Knicks go beat the Mavericks, and then they get absolutely destroyed in 2 games. Destroyed. They lose to the Bulls and the Cavs by a combined 39 points. Zingis going back to Madison Square Garden. I don't want the Mavs here. I don't want the Mavs here. It's 7.5. Sure, I expect the Mavs to win. Rye Cape first home game after a long road trip. Bucks will be tired, and they're not playing that well. Joe Anise says Bucks. Junior Brown on Bucks first half. Dusty undercover location on Bulls. Yes, plus 11.5. I bet it at 11.5, but line shopping here. I'm getting it at 12. I'm off Mavericks next. I'm on the Suns full game here. What the Hawks did in Denver, incredible. Are they going to be able to do it with all the injuries? This is their last game of the road trip, right? Let's go. The Hawks are closing out a 5-game road trip. They want to go home. This is the 5th game of a 6-game homestand for the Suns. In NBA and NHL, the 4th game of a 6-game homestand is my favorite to back a team. This is their 5th. Trae Young rolling, but now Booker can go shot for shot with Trae Young. Huerter hurt. The Hawks dealing with all these injuries. The Hawks feeling so good about themselves. I think the Suns win by double digits here. I'm on them, double digits. But I got a line shop for me. Sorry. Let's get the Suns right now. There is a 7.5 here at BetOnline. I'm going to take it minus 7.5 on the Suns. I did bet it at 8. 7.5 and minus, was that 111, did I just say? And minus 111. And the same reason, is why I'm backing the Nuggets early against the Nets. And I would take them first quarter, first half, full game. But I'm not going to do that. The Nets were angry. They came into Utah and played very well in the first quarter, in the first half of that game. Then they blow that 15-point halftime lead. This team is not going to be good without LeVert. You're going to bring in Garrett Temple at shooting guard and bring in Dinwiddie off the bench? Really? I mean, why has Garrett Temple played for 10 different teams in the NBA? You know, I just feel like the Nuggets are embarrassed after allowing 125 points to Atlanta, and I think they step up here. I'm on them first quarter and first half, and I'm just a tiny bit worried about a backdoor cover. That's why I'm not taking full game. First quarter, I'm getting -2.5 and -102. That is available at Pinnacle. First quarter, -2.5 and -102. And then first half, let's get them first half here. And first half, let's go. Here we go, first half. I'm getting -4 at -115. That's available at both 5 Dimes, Bookmaker, and BetOnline. All three, I shouldn't say both. -4, -115. And I guess I like those two the most. Those are my favorite spots on the card. So that's what's up. Nuggets first quarter, first half. And there's Mike. So let's bring in Maxie right now. Let's get Maxie ready to go right now. Max coming off a giant game, and he needs as much time as possible. So I've been keeping my quantity of size down in NBA, and I'm not doing that here. I'm making 4 bets. I'm confident. Bulls full game +12. I'm nervous about that spot. Suns full game -7.5. I think they smash. And then Nuggets first quarter, first half are my 2 favorite plays on the NBA card. All right, let's do it. Let's bring in our guy, Maxwell Smart, coming off a giant day. His first giant day of the season, and there'll be many of them. And I loved the way he was focusing on sides early in the year. But if he wants to go all totals here, he did well on totals yesterday. But if whatever he wants to do, I trust his instincts very, very much. Rafa, my man, can we roll our intro for Maxwell Smart? Let's get it.
It wasn't until 2018 that the diamond in the rough went from hooligan to king of the world.
The guy couldn't play for shit, dog. He was awful. But can he cap? Yes, he can.
Maxwell Smart in the house. How is your Thursday gone for you, my friend? Oh, Max, I couldn't, was that Max, I guess Max on mute. Maxie, how's your Thursday gone, my friend?
Well, I obviously started the show on mute again, but we'll move past that. Yeah, it's been another day at the office. We're inside the bedroom with the blinds closed and no lights on. But, I'm chugging along, had a great night, happy that we did well on the show, happy that I put a significant amount of money in my own pocket, and I'm ready to attach this card. So, let's just get right into it. I think that we got a 6 o'clock game that's starting and coming off the board right now.
Yeah, why don't we start there, and then we'll go over your record. Why don't you hammer this 6 o'clock game? Do you have a play on it?
Yeah, so one of my official plays is well, actually, it's not an official play. I bet earlier Idaho UC Davis under. This game is being played in Arkansas State's home arena. This is a neutral court game. This is a game where I see UC Davis having to get good performances from Joe Mooney, Matt Newfield. They struggled versus Loyola. They fell behind early, shooting 17% from three-point line, 8 free throw attempts, and only 9 assists. I think Idaho turns them over tonight. I think that with Trayvon Allen, you got a guy that can give you 20 a game. He can get to the free throw line. It's just an issue of his three-point accuracy. BJ Simons, he's another nice piece. These are guys that I can rely on for Idaho, and if you want to give me 4 or 5 points on a neutral court, I'm going to have to take that with the points. So Idaho, long possessions on defense, 28.4 seconds are really making people hold the ball. Both teams shoot below 36%. Both teams combined to only make 6 threes a game, and obviously with the unfamiliar court and bad free throws, I took the under overnight, and I'm going to take Idaho +5.
Do you want to make Idaho +5 an official play here on the show?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's grab it right now. Idaho +5. The best you could get is -105 at Heritage. Let's give that to Max right now. Feel free to throw in your questions. Idaho +5 at -105. Okay, Max, let's start breaking down a couple things. First, I'd like to go over Reese. Great to see you, my friend. Stack Wop, David Sanders. Wow, David Sanders, Bulls money line. Okay, I got to copy and paste that so that David Sanders can win the Vegas Gun Award for excellence in capping. All right, we have questions coming in. Max, let's go over your record first and foremost. Can you put up Max's overall record, please, Rafa? Take a good look at what he's doing overall. And that's just gorgeous. Now we have a, and I don't want to think of it like that, but sort of a 10-unit cushion. What a spectacular job so early in the year. Now can we go to Max's best bets, Rafa? Best bets now 4 and 3. I love seeing that. And then can we go over what I've done tailing Max because it's not as good as he's done on his own? Quickly put up my NCAA basketball record, and we're going to go over Max's overall record. And that's WNBA. It does look good, though. It does look good. But you can throw it up while we're talking. Okay, quickly, just thank you very much, Max. Or Rafa. So just for transparency, very quickly, so you guys see what Max was working on. Hofstra first half +1.5 was a loser. Lafayette, he tripled up. It was his first triple up of the year. He cashed them all. First half +3. -110, full first half money line +167 cash, and I did the first half all in order, so we'll get to the next. Loyola Maryland first half was a loser. St. Francis first half cash. UNC Asheville first half +8 cash. McNeese first half +13 cash. Colgate first half +6 cash. USF first half -8.5 loser. SF Austin first half -5.5 loser. Bryant +2.5 full game cash. Lafayette +5.5 cash. Loyola Maryland +10 cash. LIU +9.5 cash. FDU +5 cash. FDU money line +180 a loser. Colgate +10.5 full game loser. Vermont -11 cash. USF -15.5 loser. LSU VCU under was a loser. Providence Northwestern over cash. Nebraska Omaha +6.5 loser. And then these are the late games he added on. San Diego State -6.5 cash. New Mexico -14.5 cash. Cal State Fullerton +3 cash. Southern Utah +11.5 cash. FIU UNC State under 167 cash. St. Louis first half cash. Marquette play of the day cash. Max, I'm going to pull up your stuff on Twitter, but do you mind? We have another game popping off in 26 minutes, and can we just get this one capped and locked in so that we can focus on the moves you want to make? Penn State, Georgetown. This opened up at the pick'em. Georgetown now 2.5-point favorites. Did you make an official play on this game?
No, I did not make an official play on this game. I don't think that I'm going to play this game pregame. I think it's a live game. I want to see how Penn State's physicality comes out. I want to see Mike Watkins come out and have a big game. He's going to have a big challenge. And Omar Yurtseven from North Carolina, this guy's averaging 18 and 13, shooting 81% from the free throw line. So we've seen Georgetown start slow. If I was to lean to make a play, I'd be looking at Penn State first half, but it's not going to make my board. I'm going to be looking live.
Going to be looking live. Okay, I'm grabbing the questions. We got a question from Roman Peddle. I'm going to start grabbing questions. Max, let's start going over the plays that you've already officially given out. Do you mind breaking down your first one while I copy and paste a few things and I'll catch up?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to go to the Arizona State game versus Central Connecticut State. This is a pretty simple play. You're getting Tyshawn Cherry. You're getting Romello White back tonight. So you're going to have two pieces that you didn't have against Colorado. I think that's going to be very beneficial. Remy Martin and Rob Edwards, I look for them to be the offensive catapult like they were against Colorado, but I really want to see more from Alonzo Verge Jr. 18% from the field in his debut. I think that he's going to have a better game against the Central Connecticut State team that has no alpha scorer, bad free throw shooting, limited three-point potential, and when you have to rely on Greg Outlaw and Jamar Reed, it just doesn't inspire a lot of confidence in me personally. So I know that there are some great cappers in our chat, specifically the main man Matt Randall that's on this play, and as far as the total, I also like the under in this game. But this is basically going off the fact that I don't believe that Central Connecticut State's going to hit 65 points. I believe that Arizona State may not score in I don't think that they get over 95, but I think that they get between the 89 and like 93, 94 range. And at that number, with what I think that they're going to give up to Central Connecticut State, the under, especially at 151 and a half, was something that I had to get on.
Yes,
So
and
I'm on Arizona State minus 27 and a half and the under minus 151 and a half.
I like it. Okay, I believe I've got all your games now copied and pasted. And Jansen asking about Harding out for Weber State. Thank you, Buck Nasty, my guy. Great to see you. Okay, so this is perfect. So I've copied and pasted all the questions. We are ready to get to work here, and you've already started it. So Arizona State minus 27.5 and minus 110. That's a play that on your tweet, Mark Lathrop said he was with you, but he's tied that to the over, and you and Matt Randall are on the under 151 at minus 110. Okay, let's get it. Spreads and totals here at sportsbookreview.com SBR odds page. I will do my best to follow along with your questions as we go. Okay, one of your next looks is the total here in this Winthrop East Tennessee State game, I believe. Yes, East Tennessee State. You are on, sorry about all this, you are on the over 149. This opened up, I got to move from Pinnacle to 5 times. It opened up at Pinnacle 148 minus 115. It's now 149 across the board, still 148.5 at Pinnacle. Why are you on this over?
Okay, so obviously Winthrop had the great game against St. Mary's, played at a very slow pace, which I don't think necessarily benefits their offensive scheme. I think tonight against ETSU, this is a game that there's going to be a little bit of emotion in. These guys had a tight game last year, 76-74 ETSU win. It wasn't their best game. Obviously, they won by 2, and they held off Winthrop in the second half. Obviously, this is a different Winthrop team, relying more on guys like DJ Burns, who's a local Little Rock guy, and Chandler Voren, the D2 transfer. This team definitely has to improve their three-point percentage, free throw shooting. They have to force turnovers because they're +9 in that category. And at 42% of their shots that are being taken from behind the arc, they just plain and simply have to hit a better percentage. And I think that they'll be able to tonight against ETSU. Obviously, you got to lock down Josh Ferguson if you're ETSU, but he's very hard to handle. Very wide body, gets wherever he wants on the floor, can really maneuver himself. And ETSU's started fast. I think that they're going to start fast tonight. I think against UT Martin, that was a little bit of a wake-up call. And it's just going to be about staying out of foul trouble early, keeping guys like Jeremy Rodriguez off the free throw line. Pat Good was absolutely phenomenal against UT Martin from the three-point line, 7 for 9 coming off the bench. I look for him to have a big game. And, of course, when you have a solid floor general like Bo Hodges, you know that he's going to take good shots when he has the basketball. He's going to make good decisions when the team needs a bucket. And I anticipate this game to be a close game. So the only play for me that I thought that had a significant amount of value pre-game was going to be the over. So I hit the over for those reasons. And I think that we're going to see a much better offensive performance out of Winthrop, not playing at St. Mary's pace and with St. Mary's defensive style of play.
Wow. And look at this stat from our guy Guillermo. It says Eastern Tennessee State 19-1 to the over when a home favorite. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Nilo, thank you for joining us. What do you think of that? 19-1 to the over when a home favorite, Max?
Yeah, it's definitely a nice trend and supports the over. But I'll say this with all due respect: there's always a trend that shows the other way. So.
And I've been trying as hard as I can to stay off of totals, but I certainly noticed that both you and Matt Randall are on Arizona State together. Sherigan Amaterasu, welcome. We will get to Max's best bet, but you got to stick around with us to get it. Okay, let's move on to a spot with Longwood. St. Francis, Brooklyn going up against Longwood. Longwood opening up at -4.5, now 5.5 at Bookmaker, Sixers everywhere else. This total opening up at 140.5, now 142 or 142.5. You got in nice. You got in at -4.5 at -105. Tell us why you did that and whether you think someone should jump in now at the 6.
Okay, so this is my issue with jumping into the 6 right now. St. Francis is led by Chauncey Hawkins. Obviously, without Jalen Jordan there anymore, he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. He's really he's really good at getting to the bucket and getting to the free throw line. He demonstrated that versus Lafayette when he went 10 for 10. I'm a little worried about their free throw shooting overall with their ball handlers at the end of the game. 4.5 was a number that I felt that was reasonable because I did line this game at 7.5. So I had a decent edge on this. And the issue for Longwood and what I'm having trouble figuring out is what's going on with their roster personnel. This is a team that's playing 9 or 10 deep. You have Shabuti Phillips and you have Christian Wilson really dominating some not so good categories, and that's turnovers. When you have the ball in these guys' hands, you can't have 15 turnovers combined between them, and I think that they're able to clean that up tonight against St. Francis. My issue for them is Longwood has to hit the three-point shot. This is a team that's going to make 12 a game. They're going to hit an average of 45%. We know this from last year. That's carried on to this year. 44% of their shots are from long distance. So it's going to be a battle of paces when it comes to St. Francis, because St. Francis wants to foul a lot. They want to frustrate you. They want to slow you down. They want to make you earn it at the free throw line, and that's where Longwood has trouble. For anybody that hasn't gone on the 4.5, my main suggestion would be to take Longwood on the first half. I'm going to be doubling up on this game. Longwood has a plus 11 advantage in the first half so far this season, and I think that they're going to be able to come out strong at home. And I think that with St. Francis and their grittiness, I think that St. Francis may be able to adjust and shorten the margin in the second half. So I'm on it full game. I'm confident on it, but I'm also confident that the first half is a good play.
Well, I'm sold. Longwood, first half, minus 2.5 and minus 115. Did you want to double up on the show, or are you comfortable with where you stand?
I'm comfortable from where I stand. I doubled up personally, but you know what? Sometimes coming off a great day like that, I don't want to put myself out there on a card like this when we have such a fantastic card going down tomorrow.
I feel you. Okay, let's keep rolling. The next spot is San Jose State up against 19th ranked Arizona. Rotation number 665, 666. You are backing Arizona here. Oh, sorry, you're on the total. My fault. You're on the total. This total opened up at 141.5. I still haven't moved over to 5 times yet. I'll do that right now. It's now all the way up to 145. You got in at 143. Why are you on the over in San Jose State, Arizona?
Yeah, so San Jose State really opened my eyes in the game against Hofstra. They're able to really move with pace. They're able to score the ball efficiently against some very good guard defense, in my opinion, even though they didn't demonstrate that last night against Bucknell. But beyond that, Arizona is just on a mission. I think I've said this before. This is a team that is flying under the radar as far as the Pac-12 teams. They're not getting the recognition that I think that they deserve. And I believe that they're getting Duatre, I can't pronounce his goddamn name. He's a sophomore. He was suspended. He was figured to be a prominent member of the starting lineup. I think that with his addition back into the lineup tonight, I think that's just going to give Arizona another boost. And I don't see them taking San Jose State lightly, especially in the first half, considering what they just witnessed. I will point out Ralph Michaels, great capper, great numbers guy, great trend guy. He pointed out that that San Jose State is 1-10 in the last 11 ATS. Well, they're 1-0 this season and they're 0-10 last season. Throw that number out the book and really show some respect to the San Jose State team, because what have they shown? They've shown an ability to develop players, and when they develop players, then they leave. I think that they'll be fine in this game. I'm worried about taking 31 or 32 points with Arizona, but I do think Arizona puts up 90 to 95 points.
Wow, interesting. I mean, if they put up 90 to 95, how do you not hit that over? I'm trying to stay away from totals, but I do find that appealing. Let's move up to your next spot. Very interesting look you have here. Towson at 15th ranked Florida. I believe it's at. I don't know if any of these are neutral zone spots. Florida opening up at minus 17. Now we have 17.5s and 18s. You got in on Towson at plus 18 at minus 110. Why?
Yeah, I'm just really impressed with this Towson roster right now. From what I've watched, even though they lost a hard-fought game against Kent State in overtime, I think that Brian Fobbs has pieces around him. Alan Bertrand, Jawan Gray. These are guys that can do different things at different levels and give Brian Fobbs more space and better looks at the bucket, because this is Brian Fobbs. This is a guy that can be one of the best scorers in the CAA, and I think that's really about what he has around them that's going to determine that. And I think that the the three-point defense is going to be key tonight against Florida. Florida has shown that the three-point shot and their guard play is just not up to standard. It's going to be a battle in the front court. And with Nikhil Sanders and Dennis Turnstill versus Blackshear and Keontae Johnson, they're going to have their hands full. It's really going to come down to who wins the battle of the guards. And in this game, I think that Towson has a good chance. Towson football gave Florida all they can handle. I think Towson basketball does the same tonight.
Wow, there we go. Towson plus 18 at minus 110. I'm with you on that, Sharks Look Guru. Next up, you are on San Diego going up against Weber State. We had a question come in about this spot from our guy Guillermo. He was asking if Miles... Oh, no, that was Seton. Oh, yeah, sorry. Jansen was asking if Harden was in or out for Weber State. I know that'll be a part of your cap, so we will hear you from that. From judging from this, San Diego opened up at minus 2. Now they're dogs. Now Weber State's at minus 2. Why are you backing San Diego here?
Okay, so first off, that game that San Diego just played against Fresno State, very, very well-rounded game. Definitely was very good at the free throw line, 75% as a team through 3 games. That's 82nd in the nation. That's a key for me with teams like this. I also am a little concerned about one main thing, and that's non-steal block turnovers, unforced turnovers, bad passes, stepping on the three-point line. I saw that happen a couple times. But the fact is, this San Diego team, if they're going up against Weber State without Jarek Harding, I think they have the necessary pieces to take care of business. I've been very impressed with Braun Hartsfield coming in. He's obviously struggling from the three-point line, but he's very effective from the field at 61%. I think that's going to be key tonight. Obviously, you want to see Jared Rodriguez step in and really take some minutes because he's only playing 32% of the team's minutes right now. And with this San Diego team, they really need to develop some depth. They have some nice pieces in Alex Floresca, the 6'8" senior. He's a very nice piece that's at the front court spot. But it's really going to come down to if Harding is playing. My play is basically based on and capped on him not playing. But if I find out at 8:40 Eastern that he's going to be in the lineup and that this foot injury isn't going to hold him out a second game in a row, well, then I'm going to have to buy off of it. So that's my advice to anybody that's on it right now. I'll say that if Harding's in, I'm going to let it ride. If it's not, I'm going to buy off.
Great breakdown. Very, very interesting. Okay, so let's roll on to what additions do you want to make on this card before we get into questions and before we start, because we might be able to get to a lot of these games if we move quickly. What additions do you want to make?
Okay, so I see that the number is going the other way on this University of Louisiana Monroe Mississippi State game. Okay, well, this is my argument for this. Tyson Carter, what's he been doing? Hitting 53% from the three-point line. Had a 25-point game last time out. I think that if he's on, then there's a good possibility for Mississippi State to get over this 132.5 that it is now. I haven't bet it yet. I've been watching the number, waiting for it to go down. Second off, ULM gets to the free throw line a ton. They force turnovers, so that means they're going to get onto the fast break. And when you have Michael Ertl and J.D. Williams shooting 41 to 45 shots a game, all you have to do is hope and pray that they're hitting at a percentage above 33%. I think that there's going to be 25 field goals made by each team. I think that each team's going to make 5 threes, and I think that they're going to be able to I think that Louisiana Monroe specifically is be able to take advantage of playing a lesser quality defense and a pace controller that Texas A&M was that Mississippi State isn't. I think that Mississippi State's going to have to get to the line. They're going to have to dominate on the offensive rebounding glass. Well, you got an All-American type player in Reggie Perry to do that. I don't know why they're not using Prince Aduro, my Torontonian native, but he's sitting on the bench ready to go to work. 61% of the team's points are coming from within the three-point line. That's something I like. I like high percentage scoring. That means they're getting layups and getting close to the bucket. So this is the game I'm taking over. This is the game that I believe Tyson Carter is going to show himself off again. He's going to make some ESPN highlights. So give me the over 132.5, and I'm going against the line movement.
All right, let's line shop for him right now here. And that answers the question that was going to be posed to you. Anyways, let me grab it right now. Was about the total in this spot. I don't know why I can't find it. We don't have. Oh yeah, Al Hard was thinking about taking the under here, and so that answers your question. The over 132.5. Can we beat that? Yes, we can. We can give you an over 132 at minus 105 at Heritage.
I'll take it.
All right, over 132. Before we get into more questions, and we might even be able to touch each and every game, what else do you want to add to your card?
Okay, so the next game that I want to add to my card was the Cincinnati Alabama A&M over. This is pretty simple. Alabama A&M, I don't trust Cam Alford, TJ Parham to score the basketball consistently against Cincinnati's defense. I think Cincinnati is going to salivate at playing a team like Alabama A&M when they just played a team like Ohio State. What did we see and learn from Syracuse last night? When Syracuse isn't playing Virginia, they can score the basketball at a decent, respectable rate, even though it costs me money. I'll take that. But the reality is, I think it's the same situation for Cincinnati. Cincinnati lost Ohio State. They rebounded offensively against Drake, but Drake is not as pathetic defensively as Alabama A&M is. I think that Cincinnati scores at a great rate tonight. I think that this game goes over. I think that it barely goes over. I only had it going over. I think that I had the line set at 130.5. So at this number right now, 133.5, it's something that I got to get on, and I got to just believe that with the 4 double-digit scores for Cincinnati and Keith Williams and the Cumberland Cousins and I can't remember the fourth guy's name, but this is a team that I think that's going to be very beneficial for this over tonight. I think they're going to score like rampant. I think Alabama A&M will contribute just enough. I think that will sneak over this total. My other lean is to take Cincinnati in the first half. I understand it's a 36-point spread. I think that we're going to get the best effort out of Cincinnati in the first half. Therefore, I think that the largest margin of victory is going to occur there. So if you're looking to make a play on the side and you want my advice, I'm looking at Cincinnati first half.
And you're making an official play on the Cincinnati over 133.5 at minus 105. That's available at Bookmaker.
Yes.
What's next on your card, my friend?
Okay, well, we got to get this quick because I see it goddamn moving up. Give me an over 142 or 142.5 in the Vanderbilt-Richmond game. Simply like this. Richmond, if Grant Golden's playing, they may play a little slower, but I think that with the offensive efficiency of Jacob Gilliard, who's going to steal the ball, get out into the fast break and run, he's going to be able to dish and find his guys for good shooting opportunities, plus he's capable of putting in 25 himself. I think that this is a great situation for Richmond to run up against Vandy. Vandy's going to shoot a lot of threes. I question their ability to play lockdown defense, and I think with Aaron Nesmith and Saban Leith shooting threes and playing at different times on and off the court with each other, I think that we're going to be able to get over it. My issue is Vandy had trouble with Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Are they going to be inspired? I hope not. I'm anticipating that they aren't. Vandy has to limit their fouls, be aggressive on ball handlers, try and force turnovers again to transition also, and I think that's going to be beneficial to our over. I think Richmond wins this game. I think that they win the game in cover. I don't like the 6.5. Something I'll play live, but the over is a bet that I made and I want as an official pick.
And I've locked you in at over 141.5 at minus 116. Is that too much juice? Would you prefer?
No, it is not.
Okay, good. That's what I thought, so I locked you in there. Okay, Max, what's next on your card?
Okay, so let me have a look here. Let's go to this Morehead State Presbyterian game. I'll make this short and sweet. Presbyterian had a great game against VMI, but that's VMI. I'm a big fan of Corey Hightower. I think that he's a heart and soul type of player for this team, but this team's going to live and die with their success at the three-point line, and I just don't believe in the depth that they have. Morehead State's going to play lockdown three-point defense, 23%. They've showed a lot of heart in that game against Sanford. They played out of their normal pace. I think that they slow it down a lot versus Presbyterian. I think they frustrate them. As long as Jordan Walker stays out of foul trouble and limits turnovers, I think he's going to hit threes. I think he's going to go bonkers. He's good for 25. And listen, use your beasts in the front court. Malik Riddle, James Baker. Let them go to work on the boards. Let them grab those offensive glass, get to the line, get those second chance opportunities. But it's all about, for Morehead State, starting fast, shooting a high percentage from the field. They are already 61%, 15th in the nation. Limit turnovers, protect the rim, get on that glass, and I think Morehead State wins outright tonight.
Morehead State wins outright. You taking them on the money line, or you want the 2 points?
I'll take the 2 points for show purposes.
Okay, let me grab that right now. Morehead State. Yes, I am, Russ. I am in Costa Rica. I'm in San Jose, Costa Rica. I'm not by the beach or anywhere nice. Okay, sorry, let's stay focused here. Morehead State getting +2 at minus. Can I get them a -105? I cannot. +2 at -110 for Morehead State. What's next on your card?
Okay, so this is a game that I'm struggling with, but I'm gonna give out regardless. North Florida versus Southern Mississippi tonight. Listen, I'm real impressed with North Florida, how they played against Georgia Southern. That was a real heart and soul type of game. Garrett Sams was fantastic with 20 points. Wahid Aminu is the issue that I have with this North Florida team, especially going up against Southern Miss and the front court that they have. When you have Boban Jackadomi and Leonard Harper Baker, these are guys that both average double-doubles. Jackadomi's averaging 23 and 10. Harper Baker's averaging 12 and 11 and a half. These are guys I worry against a North Florida team that usually operates from the three-point line and on the perimeter. If you don't have Aminu on the floor and he's getting into early foul trouble, that puts a lot of pressure on Carter Henriksen. I don't think that he has the strength or the defensive fortitude to be able to shut both these guys down. There obviously is an issue for Southern Miss, and that is Ladavius Drain. He's been absolutely pathetic so far this season when it comes to shooting the basketball, and he's supposed to be their lead dog. I think that obviously they got to improve the three-point shot and focus on getting buckets close to the bucket. I think that's where they're going to have their best opportunity. I think that Southern Miss is going to come in. I think that they have a good chance to win this game outright. I think North Florida gave a really good game against Georgia Southern, and I think that they slip up a little tonight against Southern Miss. So I'll take Southern Miss, and if I can get 4 or 4.5, I'd be content.
You can get 4 at -109 at Pinnacle. Southern Miss +4. Is that good?
Yep, I'll take it.
Southern Miss +4. And I will be tailing Southern Miss +4. I will be tailing that spot. Robbie Tagaloa leaning over there. All right, Maxie, what's next on your card?
Okay, so this is a game that speaking of Robbie Tagaloa, Robbie gave me the heads up about what he was betting today, and it made me really start to think, this Siena team against Harvard, there's obviously revenge from last year for Harvard. This is a little bit of a different team, definitely a different pace and makeup Siena team. I bet this game overnight at +12, but I want to talk about the total. I think that I may be regretting this at the end of the night, but I'm going to ride with my guys. I believe that Donald Carey, Elijah Burns, and Jalen Pickett are all capable of giving you 20 points in a game and in a game against a team like Harvard. Harvard's possibly not going to have Bryce Aiken again with the calf injury. Seth Towns hasn't been cleared for regular basketball activities, and I just can't put my faith in Kirkwood and Rob Baker and Chris Lewis, even with the depth that we've seen Harvard use and display. After the Northeastern game, you really saw them shorten their bench against Maine. I think that was beneficial to them. But my issue is Siena's just playing at a different kind of pace right now. And from my perspective, I have to take this game over. Under. I have to take this game under because what I saw in the Butler game was Siena was able to control the pace, and Butler was allowing it up until they got out to a big lead. Once Siena stopped being able to dictate the tempo, that's when you saw Butler really take control of the game, and that's why.
What happened? Okay. Am I on right now? I am on right now? Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. We lost the call there. Something went wrong there in the booth. We're going to call Max right back. But he was talking about taking the under in the Harvard game. That opened up at 141.5 at minus 110 at 5 dimes. There is still a 141 at minus 1. Oh, 141.5. Wow, at minus 110 at William Hill. So we'll give Max that. We'll give him the Siena Harvard. And I hate hearing that Matt Randall's on North Florida. That makes me not want to get to the window with that Southern Miss play. But the market going with Max there. God, that's tricky. If I had known that beforehand that was Matt Randall's play, I probably wouldn't have made a move there. All right, I'm going to give Max the Siena Harvard under 141.5. Under 141.5, and he's getting that at minus 110 over at Will Hill. Getting it over at minus 110 over at Will Hill. Looking good in this Idaho spot right there. Okay. So, Guru says, you see the whole chat on Steelers. What happens when the whole chat is on one side? Okay, we know. Yes, Byron. But I took him on the minus 1 line. I took the Sharks on the minus 1 line. Buck Nazi says capping overload. We're going to get okay, we got Max back in action. So, Max, I gave you the under 141.5 at Siena Harvard. That was much the best number. Is that comfortable for you? I don't know. You were rolling so strong. So let's just get right. You were doing such a great job. So let's just stay focused and stay rolling. We do have questions for you and stuff like that, but we are adding to your card right now. We just added the Siena Harvard under 141.5. We also have some big games that we haven't touched on. What's next on your card, Max?
I'm actually ready to start talking about questions from the chat.
Okay.
Whatever everyone else is ready to do, I'm ready to start talking about it.
Sorry. Say it again. Okay, let's go. Can everybody hear Max all right in the chat? No, Chef says I can't hear Max. Okay, okay, do you want to, can't hear Max. Okay, what do you want to do? You want to call him back? Okay, call him back right now. Perfect Rotation says, what is that fuzzy noise? Okay, we're going to fix this. That's on our end. We're going to fix this. That's on our end. Okay, so let's go over what Max's plays are. We'll start hammering questions at him. But right now, he's on Idaho +5, which looks gorgeous right now. Arizona State minus 27.5 at minus 110. Arizona State under 151.5 at minus 110. ETSU over 149 at minus 110. Longwood minus 4.5 minus 105. Arizona over 143 at minus 110. Towson +18 at minus 110. San Diego moneyline at minus 125. Mississippi State over 132 at minus 105. Cincinnati over 133.5 at minus 105. Vandy over 141.5 at minus 116. Morehead State +2 at minus 110. Southern Miss +4. In fact, I didn't give him a juice, and we need it for record purposes. So let's see what that Southern Miss spot he was getting. I didn't give him the juice. So I know there was a +4. Let's see if there was a minus 105 available. Here we go. Southern Miss +4. Oh, yeah, it was minus 109. Okay, my fault. So Southern Miss +4 at minus 109. There we go. Then he's on the Siena Harvard under 141.5. And I made a correlated play with him. I took the under. I took to Longwood first half minus 2.5 and minus 115. He did bet that, but he's also on the
Can you guys hear me now?
full game. Okay, we're good to go, Maxie. We can hear you. You are good to go. All right, we have questions about games, and then we have a question that'll end with from Gas Station Sushi. I think that we hammered each and all the games that we actually really needed to get to. I really did. But Vince Verheiden says a quick call on this Michigan State Seton Hall total. So let's talk about this marquee matchup right now. And Max, spectacular call on Marquette last night. Man, was that fun watching that game turn around in our favor. I enjoyed every second of it. Michigan State, Seton Hall. Michigan State opening up at -6. Now we have 5.5, or 2 5.5s, mostly 5s. This total opening up at 143.5, and now we have 140s across the board and a 139.5. Max, do you have any edges or angles on a totaler side with third-ranked Michigan State playing 12th-ranked Seton Hall?
My sincere apologies, but I don't. There's just too many question marks in this game. If Miles Powell doesn't play, how much do Seton Hall run the offense through Romero Galen, Matthew Mishavili, and all their freaking 7-footers that they have, because they got 3 7-footers. The other issue is if Cassius Winston doesn't play, or Cassius Winston isn't mentally ready to play, considering the loss of his brother. My thoughts and condolences are with him and his family, but it's just hard to cap a game like that. You got Miles Powell with the ankle injury. You got Cassius Winston with the death in the family. Obviously, Michigan State really wants this game, really needs this game. If both these guys are in, I like the over, but it's something I got to wait till I see starting lineups, and I can't make a play until then.
Makes sense. No, we haven't got to the play of the day, but we are almost there, because we've almost broken down each and every single one of these games. Looking at this list, what haven't we broke down? Virginia Military, Arkansas State opening up at -5.5. Now 7's across the board, at 7.5 at Heritage. Market moving towards Arkansas State. This total opening up at 142. Now we have 144.5 up to 145.5. Max, Virginia, VMI, Arkansas State.
Yeah, this game's a stay away. If anything, I like Arkansas State. This is a tournament that they're playing in. I think that obviously VMI's had a bunch of close games. And I think that tonight they slip up, and I think Arkansas State smacks them in the mouth with something I won't say on air.
Okay, there we go. And then we have 2 more games that we haven't touched on. That's Southern University up against New Mexico State. New Mexico State opening up at -23.5. They're still there, although bookmakers taking it down to 23, and it's a 133 or 133.5 total. Max, Southern University, New Mexico State.
If there's going to be a play that I make in this game, it's going to be New Mexico State first half. I have not made it yet. And if I'm going to make a play, I'm going to be tailing our very own, the one and only, the Master Jedi of Unders, Noli knows, on the under, because that's what he's on. So as far as I'm looking at this game, I'm worried about New Mexico State's free throw shooting at the end of games to cover spreads. I think that they're going to play lockdown defense on Southern University, and I think that it's just not a spot that I have a high edge on. If I'm going to be playing it, I'm going to be tailing my main man Noli.
All right, we'll be tailing there. And Noli Knows did give out that Southern New Mexico State under. I've been trying, and Ulysses Hayes on Southern University. I've been trying so hard to stay off of totals. But anytime Noli is on an under, I want to take it. But I'm just trying to stay off totals for a few weeks right now. And it's very difficult. The only other game on this slate that we haven't talked about is Long Beach State, St. Mary's, 18th ranked St. Mary's opening up at -21, now 19.5 at bookmaker, 20 and 20.5 at other books. This total has dropped from 136.5 to 134.5 or 134. Max, Long Beach State, St. Mary's.
Yeah, apparently no one thinks that St. Mary's is going to be able to play with some anger and play with some margin. But I don't believe that either. I think that this is just too many goddamn points. I think that St. Mary's is definitely going to be able to suffocate Long Beach State into playing a very slow, methodical pace. I do like the under. I did bet it at 135. But as far as I'm concerned, it's Long Beach State or pass for me as far as the side.
Each and every game broken down. Idaho at +5. Up 8 right now. You got to feel good where you stand there. Penn State beating up on Georgetown. Max, we've come to that point that everybody's asking about, and it's my mic, I guess, that's causing a problem. I'm sorry, I don't know why that is, and thank you for your patience there. Max, we've come to the spot everyone's so excited about, your play of the day. You've hit 2 in a row. What's your best bet on today's card?
Well, I'm the only one that's never excited about giving out the play of the day, but we will do it because that's what the people want. I'm going to literally go to this St. Mary's game. What I saw in that Winthrop game when I was watching on that TV behind me, I just don't believe that they should be laying this kind of number even at home. I'm thinking Long Beach State's able to freaking really give them a game tonight. This is a West Coast battle. I look for Long Beach State to really come in here and dominate. So the way that I'm going to play it, I'm not going to give you guys the full game. I'm going to actually take the first half at +12, -110 at Pinnacle. Oh,
I like it. Max got me off of one best bet, and it was a total, and line shopping, you get 142 on that total. I could only get 140.5 where I shop, and And Max said, don't do it. So I'm actually 4-2 on Max's best bets going to this first half, and we do have a 12 at Pinnacle. Long Beach State, first half at plus 12, and I will be tailing it again. Long Beach State.
I'll be praying for it.
First half at plus 12. You know what, Max? The fact that it makes you so uncomfortable giving out the best bets is just another sign about how much you care and how much you care about all of us cashing, and it means so much to us. So I know that it bothers you and it's a thing that sticks in your head, but that just shows how much you care. So I love it. All right, I'm tailing that Long Beach State first half at plus 12, minus 110, and there you have it. Max broke down each and every game on this college basketball card. What a treat it is to work with you, Max. You need to follow Max on Twitter, those of you who aren't doing it, at Maxwell Smart 420. He puts out his bets and his looks way before he beats market moves, so follow him. Max, my man, thank you so much for all your hard work. Nasty Nate, the ones I tailed are... Now, I'm a little concerned about the Southern Miss plus 4. Let me ask you about that, Max. Matt Randall on North Florida. Now, he gave it out at 5.5, and the market's moving towards Southern Miss, which makes me feel good. But he thinks that there's 3 seniors on North Florida that Southern Miss are going to have a real tough time with. What do you think of that idea?
Oh, I definitely respect that opinion. Ivan Gandia, Rose, JT Escobar, Garrett Sams, these are great scoring players. I just think that with the front court scoring and the front court offensive scheme for Southern Miss, they could get these guys into foul trouble early. And if they're playing good three-point defense, that's North Florida's main way of scoring the basketball. We saw that against Georgia Southern. They weren't taking to the bucket to get into the line. They were hitting three-point shots. So it's a simple formula in my mind. If Ladavius Drain snaps out of his shooting slump, if we still get the same front court production that we have been from Southern Miss against UCSA, against USA specifically, I think that it's a good spot. I'm not saying that they win the game, but I'm saying that at plus 4, even at plus 5.5, I would have still liked it. So
I like it. Okay. All right. Sounds good. And just cheering on Sebastian on the 6-leg parlay. So, yes, then I backed 2 of Max's. So, the Longwood first half minus 2.5 was just a correlated play that Max talked about. So, I'm on Longwood first half minus 2.5, which isn't one of his official plays. Then I'm on Long Beach State first half plus 12 minus 110, and Southern Miss full game plus 4 at minus 109. Max, my man, thank you so much for sharing all your hard work with us. What's your plan this evening? Are you on Live Line tonight?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be on the live line. We got Thursday Night Football. We got my Cleveland Browns going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're going to introduce them to what a dog bone feels and tastes like. And it's not going to be going up the right cavity.
Oh, God. Please watch the guys, our friends and colleagues on Live Line. They do such a great job. And Max will be giving out live NCAA basketball plays, so it pays to watch Live Line tonight. That's popping off very soon. There's Rich G's props for tonight. He's another guy who will be in the chat in Live Line handing out winners. He's on Chubb over 79.5 rush yards, Chubb over 2.5 receptions, Chubb longest reception over 8.5 yards, Hunt over 3.5 receptions, Hunt longest reception over 12.5 yards, Landry over 4.5 receptions, Landry long reception over 21.5 yards. Sounds like he thinks the Browns will be rolling. Max, my friend, thank you so much for joining us. Let me give a quick update of what I'm on, and then we'll have our man Max introduce our Freddie Fortune. I'm on the over 6 minus 103 Hurricane Sabres. I'm on the Panthers minus 1.5 at plus 155. I predicted the final score of 5-1 Florida. I'm on the over 5.5. I'm taking 2 overs at big plus lines at 5.5. The over 5.5 in Arizona, Minnesota, over 5.5 at plus 122. And then an addition on this card is the over 5.5 at plus 125 in Dallas, Vancouver. Then I'm on the Sharks minus 1. I'm going to add a Sharks future here, I think, in the next 10 minutes. Claudio says, what's your best bet tonight? My best bet, in all honesty, I think it comes on the hardwood. I think I'm on the Nuggets first quarter and first half. I think the Nuggets smack the Nets in the mouth. That's my favorite look on this card. I'm also on the Bulls plus 12 and the Suns minus 7.5. And then those 3 college basketball plays. Max, spectacular job as always. Could you please, my friend, welcome Freddie Fortune to the show?
Absolutely. It's that time of the day again. And I'm here to bring you the one and only, the guy with glass over his eyes, hair on his head. His name's Freddie. His last name's Fortune. He's here for you.
Freddie, welcome.
Welcome.
How are you?
I am kind of worried.
Why is that?
My friend, my dear friend, Lucrative Larry,
Yeah, he's back on drugs again.
I think he's...
Oh, damn, I forgot to ask that question, Gas Station Sushi. I will ask him tomorrow for sure. I'm
Do
so
you know
sorry.
what gas station sushi means?
Yes.
What?
I was the one who showed you what it meant.
No, it was my friend Peter Loshak.
Oh, it's Peter Loshak?
I remember.
Yeah?
Yeah, I remember. There's... I remember.
Did he show you, physically show you?
Oh, no.
No.
He didn't.
If you lick your lips, I'm going to bounce. I'm going to leave.
No, don't leave me alone here.
So you're worried about Lucrative Larry and his heavy drug use?
Yeah, he's back on heroin.
Yeah.
He's always using sweaters now, so you can see his arm.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see his arm. I know how it looks.
Do you want to tell the higher ups, get him fired?
No.
No? What do you want to do? Get him in the... How do we clean him up?
Maybe we can beat the shit out of him.
Do you think that'll work?
Yeah, why not?
Just dummy him. Okay, that's interesting. How did you... Oh, your plays haven't popped off yet. You're on the biathlon?
No, yeah,
The
well,
female
my
relay biathlon.
My handball play,
Your handball play, when's that go off?
it lost.
Oh, it lost.
Yeah.
How many is that in a row for you?
Let me tell you, I think it's 3 now.
3? 4? You sure not 4?
Mm.
You hand out L's, man. You hand out L's. Blood Stubby says, where is Larry? Larry's down at the creek doing...
You know.
chasing the dragon, I guess. Okay, so what's your action? How you doing?
Well, I'm okay. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm on Valencia's MotoGP.
Oh, Valencia's MotoGP.
Yeah, why are you laughing?
No, I just it caught me by surprise. I didn't know you were a big MotoGP guy.
I'm not, but
Anything to get you off your losers, I'm guessing.
yeah, I guess I should start capping NFL or something like that.
As you should. What's your move in the GP, MotoGP?
Well, it's Marc Marquez to win at -125. He's like a big favorite there.
Yeah.
He has always been the best. So
When does this race pop
this
off?
is an easy win for me. It's on the weekend
Yeah.
from the 15th to the 17th.
Oh, nice. A little 3-day affair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna win. I don't think any of my plays are gonna win.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are tailing them, to be honest with you.
I hope no one tails my
Okay,
plays.
well, that's great. That's great. And why do we have you on the show? So you can talk about sheep tagging?
It's like number 1. No one knows why he's here.
He's not hasn't been here for 2 weeks. He hit double-digit units. I cut him from the show.
That's nice.
Yeah,
He fucking sucks.
yeah. Well, thank you for all of your hard work here, and God bless. And can you give us a leche? I gotta
I'm
make some.
tired. I gotta get up early.
Oh,
I mean, I gotta get up early on Saturday, but I have to work a lot tomorrow.
yeah.
I gotta go to the farm again.
Yeah.
It's
Shave some anus. I've got to make some bets here. Oh, Prince of the City says, "Peace out." P.S. Burn his shirt. Doesn't like that shirt of yours.
Why? It's.
I've got
I
to
think
go.
it's a nice shirt.
I've got to go. I've got to bounce.
Can you let us out of this show, Jimmy?
Of course I can, but why do it here when I could do it?
Oh, not again. Fucking baby.
Leche, a los bookmakers.